do is this, so I know when they go live. Once they go live with the win, I'll switch over. All right, I got it right there, so I know when they go live. Good afternoon, high noon, man. June 20th, Friday. Motion Tour Chronicles. You're rocking out with your boy Shanewz, man. Shanewz Boxing, man. Media marketing, management, consultant, agents. You know, you do have options, man. Jerseys available, merchandise available. Hit me up, serious inquiries only. Um, we're waiting for this weigh-in to get started in Newark, but since we're waiting on that, I want to go to a hot topic in boxing. I'm not going to stay on boxing. I know my thumbnail reads Jim Jones, Nas. We're going to get to that. But I want to talk about this boxing. Timothy Bradley did Bradley, ESPN, top rank, former champion, Hall of Famer, talked about Brian Norman Jr. And he has some very choice things to say because I told people yesterday, right? A lot of people wanted to associate Boots Ennis because of what Brian Norman did. He won the fight and he called out Boots Ennis, right? And upon calling out Boots Ennis, right? Upon calling out Boots Ennis, well, he threw a shot. He called him out, but didn't really call him out. A lot of content creators were talking about that now. What's the name was ducking. That he was ducking, right? And they said that the man was ducking because he moved up to 154, which is here it is right here. We're going to be playing this audio. Make sure the weigh-in hasn't started already. Nope, it hasn't started yet. They might be having technical difficulties out there, but while they're having those difficulties, we're going to jump on this wave. Music going. Malik doesn't like my music.
Up for an adventure?
Always. What is this place?
You made it. What's up, cuz?
You were the last to see the president alive.
Welcome to the pit.
Light him up now!
A crew of pirates is coming.
That was cool.
The Disney Plus Hulu Max bundle. Plans starting at $16.99 a month.
Tim Bradley, Boxing Hall of Famer. Hey, y'all better stop. Y'all better stop. Hey, look, great performance today. I should say earlier today, Norman Jr. But yeah, y'all better stop, man, for real. No, y'all had more than an opportunity to face Boots Ennis. Y'all had more than an opportunity. I understand the play.
All right, let me stop it, man. See, I think Bradley's seen some of my content because I didn't go in like this, but I'm gonna let him go in. Basically, what I was saying was, why even mention him? This was your moment, man. Viral knockout. Basically, you have the welterweight division. The crown is yours now. He's gone. Maybe y'all bump heads down the road, but to act like, you said what you said, that when a storm is coming, they grab your boots and run. Not necessarily. Real soldiers don't grab their boots and run, right? I got it, it was a good viral moment and all that. But Bradley is spot on right here. So he said you could have took the fight. Now this is coming from a top-ranked guy. Bradley's a top-ranked guy now, y'all. Remember, he works for top-ranked ESPN.
But don't go pointing fingers and saying somebody ducking now. Hell to the no. Because we can quickly say that you ducked him. Period. First. 1.7, whatever the number was. You ducked him, bro. Biggest paycheck to date, right? You probably...
Stop it, man. He said that he did the ducking. He did the ducking. Remember 1.7? And that was a big topic amongst the YouTube boxing community. Very big topic. Very, very big topic, man. So he's saying that B-Dub, the Storm, right? The Storm did the ducking. Brian Norman Jr. did the ducking, right? He could afford him. 1.7 million.
You got a big paycheck to go over to Japan, though. You went to Japan, but you wouldn't go to Philly? Come on, man. Y'all better stop with that. Y'all better stop with that, bro. Hey, the ball right now is in y'all court. I get it. Sensational knockout. Fantastic performance, man. Yeah, you did what you were supposed to do. I called Sasaki fight, and I said it on air. Norman Jr. gonna knock him out. That's easy.
Damn, Tim is telling. That's easy work. He's gonna knock him out. Yes. Styles make fights. Man was right there in front of him. Styles make fights. Tim is cooking. How is the content looking now? Tim Bradley is cooking.
Work, and you did just that. Yeah, we was unsure if you can travel. Oh, there's no doubt. Traveling, going to a different country, yeah, it's hard. Yeah, different responsibilities, different understanding, you know, but you learned a lot about yourself, Norman Jr. Yes, you can travel, man. You a true champion, that's for damn sure. Yeah, you behaved very well, bro. You made boxing, hey, you did boxing well, man. You made everybody proud.
Yo, Gumbo, we'll get to that. Rachel Donaire, to me, yeah, she's qualified. She's in the game, right? To me, she has a lot of hidden agendas. She's no longer on that main stage how she used to be, right? If you look at a lot of things that she does now, she's basically trying to get down with a lot of the YouTube community. She's putting out shit and people aren't really checking her, right? Because it's her. But Gumbo, you know this as a business owner, right? The rules are the rules, right? But don't the rules always get bended? Right? Don't the rules always get bended? Yeah, the rules stated that the fight couldn't have been made, right? How many times do we see these sanctioning bodies getting paid, look, underneath the table? How many times has Mauricio Sulaiman with the WBC done things, right? Done things, and Canelo not fight, or this, that, and the third. Listen, if they really wanted to make that fight, and they wanted to accept that fight could have happened. Whatever the rules say, regardless. If he would have accepted that 1.7 million offer, you don't think that fight would have happened? You don't think somebody else would have got paid off for that fight to happen? So, Rachel, respectfully, you know your stuff, you're in the game, but you have a hidden agenda too. Because stuff like this goes on all the time in boxing. You should know that you're in the game, right? Hey, what do I know? This is Timothy Bradley, a Hall of Famer, top-ranked guy, saying these things, man. Saying these things.
Today, man. Yeah. Proud to be a freaking American, bro. Proud to be bitter country, bro. Country, bro. Boy, you was strong as hell in there today, man. I'm not gonna lie, where Vada at? Golly, look, I ain't accusing it.
There it is. That's what I wanted to get to, man. That's all I wanted to get to. Did y'all catch that 9-minute, 49-second mark? Where is Vada? That's about 1 minute, 50 seconds into the video.
But I'm just saying, these last 3 performances you've been putting on, bro, damn, in any other sport, hey, they coming after you. If you in NFL, jumping over motherfuckers, doing the things you doing, this type of shit in the ring, hey, but you doing it on the field, bro, look, they testing you. Oh, yeah. Ant going for a dunk. and he getting tested the next morning. Bro, you got to get tested, bro. These performances, oh my gosh, sensational. Now, you know, I don't know about...
Damn, that's hard right there. That's a strong accusation. This is what I want to speak on. This is exactly what I wanted to touch on, right? And I think I touched on it, right? I got to it, man. I wanted y'all to hear that, man. So apparently Tim Bradley is saying, I don't think he's hating Gumbo, and I'm gonna tell you why, right? Basically all he was saying is, right, you gotta read between the lines, right? Because he said, I'm not assuming you, damn, I'm getting tongue-tied. He's saying that he's not saying that he's on it, but he's saying, why isn't he being tested? So basically what he's trying to say is that Norman Jr. isn't being tested. He's not saying that he's dirty. He's saying, why hasn't he been tested? Now, I don't, look, Sunday I'm going to talk about some shit. And I know somebody that, that's around him. And they told me something a while ago. Now, when it comes to that with fighters and shit, I don't really, you know, boxing is a dirty business, a dirty sport, man. I don't like putting certain things on people. But being that Desert Storm put that out there. Desert Storm, that was Tim Bradley, y'all. Tim Bradley put that out there, y'all. Now, y'all gonna take it how y'all wanna take it. And, you know, run with it how you wanna run with it, right? Like I said, we are all bloggers, content makers, right? This is what we do, right? As content makers, right? Come online. Well, some of us do. A lot of us come online, claim to not watch certain people, but wait for them to say it, and then, you know, like I said, they're trying to make up and, yo, bro, you niggas is the nastiest work. This interview, or this live that Bradley did, he dropped this yesterday. Yesterday this has been on for 17 hours. So for 17 hours, like I said, a lot of content creators, they're not creators. They wait for people like myself, the UGK, to speak on certain topics. And then they try to jump on the wave. But meanwhile, why did y'all jump on this? He said this 17 hours ago that this man is not being tested. His last 3 performances, right? He said in any other sport, basketball, football, well, I don't know about baseball. Remember, baseball, them niggas was hitting shit out the park. Nobody was being tested, right? But he said every other sport, when you start making headways, and shit like that, they be on you, right? They be on you, but not in boxing. Not in boxing. And that was Tim Bradley. I'm gonna bring it back one more time. Let y'all catch that.
Everybody proud today, man. Yeah, proud to be a freaking American, bro. Proud to be bitter country, bro. Country, bro. Boy, you was strong as hell in there today, man. I'm not gonna lie, where Vada at? Golly, look, I ain't accusing, but I'm just saying these last 3 performances you've been putting on, bro. Damn.
Where were the content creators at? I guess they missed that. I guess all of y'all missed that. Man, Gumbo, you right, nasty word. But I'm glad he said it though, right? Because who he is, right? Remember he ran off his accolades. Look, I'm glad he said it, right? Look, this is his accolades.
Tim Desert Storm Bradley, Boxing Hall of Famer. Hey, y'all better stop. Y'all better stop.
Hall of Famer.
Hey.
Boxing Hall of Famer. Right? You know why that's important? Because we sit online and And you have these online fake influencers, right? These guys that really don't have no motion, you know, they get mad when people like me or others talk about boxing or blog or have podcasts. So now get mad at Bradley, Papa. Get mad at Bradley, right? Bradley is a Hall of Famer. Last time I checked, that's one of the highest levels you could get in any sport, whether football, basketball, is to be inducted into the Hall of Fame in that sport. So that is him saying that. So how do you feel about that? Is the question. Has this weigh-in started yet? Man, let me see. What's going on with this weigh-in? I want to do the live looking at the weigh-in, then I want to get to my topic. Man, they must be having some technical difficulty out there. Why hasn't this weigh-in started, man? I'm supposed to start at 12. It's 12:30, it's a half hour late. You know what that might mean? Now, for me personally, knowing, covering these things, maybe somebody's not on weight. Maybe somebody is not on weight, man. One of the main guys, too. That's how that normally works, right? Do you guys know that? How many of you guys know that, or y'all don't know? Y'all don't be knowing these things, man. Y'all don't be knowing these things, man. I want to look at the weigh-in first, and then I'm getting on my topic. I'm getting off of the boxing weight. I'm just saying. I touched on that real quick. Bradley was the point.
Vada implant surgery done.
I touched. Damn, Timothy Bradley said that man. Timothy Bradley said that man needs to be tested. He didn't say he was dirty. He said he needs to be tested. So he's putting out there that he's not being tested. How do y'all feel about that? That's why I wanted to clear that up with my brother Gumbo said. I'm not gonna say he's hating Gumbo. I caught what he was trying to imply. He was just basically letting us know that he doesn't think the man is being drug tested. That's all. That's what I took from that. That was my take on that. Because hating, he would have said he was on it. Because he did give him his flowers. When you watch the whole interview, he said how the man, his performance, he's a world champion, he won the belt, he has that swag about him. He said, why didn't he say that about Crawford, who had 11 straight stoppages? Just saying. Crawford is his man. Why? You know why he didn't say that about Crawford? Crawford beat him up. I know you've seen that content, right? When he talked about how him and Crawford sparred, and Crawford got the best of him. And then he told Cameron Duncan to sign him. Y'all remember that? That's out there. Rest in peace to the late great Cameron Duncan, man. Peace to the late great Cameron Duncan, man. Bun and Canelo eating dinner together with turkey. Yeah, they selling that shit. I seen that. They selling that. Let me know you, man. Notification is on. So when I get started, we'll know. They're a half hour late, man. This weigh-in shit has started, man. And now they holding me up, man. They are holding me up because I really want to get to this hip hop, man. It's Jim Jones, man. Delta Storm Bradley was, man. He said Brian Norman Jr. needs to be tested. And listen, you guys that he frequents your channel, I probably could attempt to have him on. But I'm trying to lean away from, if it's not fighters that I feel like I fuck with and I'm working with, I'm leaning away from trying to interview fighters, different people on what's in it. Because I don't really want, like, I come to the realization with boxing, majority of the YouTube community are jealous fans. They don't really support boxing. They're not going to fight, not buying tickets. They're fans of content. creators who really don't do nothing. Salute CW, I see you in the building. But Timothy Bradley said that man needs to be tested, man. He said in any other sport, if Ant-Man, slam dunking, and you're jumping over people on the field, you're getting tested. Now, has anybody got a reaction? A lot of you guys look, this is why I say, I watched all the content. Brian Norman Sr. made his rounds yesterday. That video was in circulation for 17 hours. All of you content creators that had him on that I watched, right? You guys all talked about boots, this, like, listen, talk about that, man. Bring that up, man. The fact that Timothy Bradley wants to know why Brian Norman Jr. hasn't been drug tested, and is he dirty, right? So when you get Senior on your panel, or you have him pull up on your shows, the Billy Cities, all of these guys, ask him about that, man. Ask him about that. Ask him why Desert Storm Bradley said that, man. And get his reaction on that. Instead of talking about Boots, a fight that's not going to happen, because now Boots is at 54, right? How is the content looking now, y'all? How is the content looking now, man? When is this weighing going to start, man? When is this weighing going to start, man? This is nasty work. Was it nope? Still nothing. Look. Yo. The WCS is in it. This might be a New Jersey. I remember when right, I remember when Shakur, right? When Shakur, right? You see my comment, I just posted a comment. I said, who's not on weight? What's the hold up? What's the hold up, man? But I remember when I think listen, he's gonna answer that, CW. You know why he's gonna answer that? Because him and Tim Bradley got bad blood. They got bad blood. But I like I said, I don't think Brian Norman's dirty. I don't think he's dirty, right? But I know somebody that tried to tell me that they was like, and this is like a fitness guy, and they were saying because many years ago, him and Jihad sparred. Him and Jihad, I got the tapes. I never released it. That's not my thing. I just study tapes, right? But him and Jihad, they had a great, they sparred a couple times. But I never released the tapes. But somebody down there told me, about the father of him and shit like that. So I want to see his reaction now. Timothy Bradley putting that out, right? They're saying he needs to be tested, man. How do y'all feel about that, man? How do y'all feel about that? He don't answer my question. Because you know what it is, CW? He probably, like I said, if you don't have a platform, these guys, this shit is all smoke and mirrors. These guys on the internet is smoke and mirrors, man. They feel like you're not big enough. You're not known enough, right? That's why you see if you probably just got in here, I said I don't even want to waste my time interviewing people like that no more. I just want to put out my content now and just do what I do now. Because I noticed that too, right? How this game is set up with the fake views and the bots and all that. Actual content, like field content, is not respected. That's another reason why I said what I said today earlier, if you was watching. And I was like, yo, my daughter had her finals. And I was like, you know what? why should I go? Why should I go out to Newark and get content? I have content already. Like, it's pointless to keep, going to cover fights and events, doing professional work and displaying the professional work on my platforms, YouTube, TikTok, IG, Facebook, all these things, right? And the fan base that sits online and does boxing discussions and panels and all that want to overlook it or act like I'm not putting in the work. That's stupid to keep doing that when I have a catalog already of that. And I have a company now that is accomplished, right? From Jackal Fitness. That's why I threw the Jackal Fitness shirt on, right? And look, quickly tossed that off and got this one now. But that's why I had the Jackal Fitness shirt on to show how long have you been hating? How long have you been jealous? How long have you not wanted me to succeed as media? But now I do more than just media. Popeye, all you other dry haters, all you other lames that they attempt to throw in the lane. Look, I got merchandise now. This is a whole nother brand and company of merchandise. But I was pumping out Jackal Fitness tees like crack. But hey, what do I know, man? What do I know? They need to hurry up with this weigh-in, man, because in a second, I'm going to just say, fuck the live look on the weigh-in. I want to get to my topic, Jim Jones. This is boxing right here, man. This is nasty work, man. The weigh-in was supposed to start at 12 o'clock, man. Right? Damn, he said, Flip said Tucker's not on weight. Damn. If that's the case, man, that's nasty work, man. I don't know. I haven't made no phone calls. He said Tucker's not on weight. That's not good. I think the contract weight was like 162. Why would he not be on weight? I don't know. I could make a phone call right now, but I'm not doing all that. Listen, I'm gonna give this about another 10 minutes. In 10 minutes, if this is not rocking and rolling, I'm off of this. I'm not wasting my time with this. I'm gonna go right on to what I wanted to talk about. Jada Kiss, Fat Joe's podcast, right? That's the vibes, man. To me, all about Jahad Tucker. It's his fight week. Yeah, not me, CW. I could care less. Boxing is on the rear end right now with me, man. Boxing doesn't trend, CW. It only trends for certain fighters on YouTube. And it doesn't matriculate over, man. I'm gonna show you that. Watch. As soon as I get to talking about Jim Jones and Nas and that shit, watch how live the chat gets. Watch how live the chat gets, man. You see how the chat right now there's nothing going on. Because it's just like boxing. When it pertains to the internet and social media, boxing is really nothing going on. Because all of these fake influences that people are programmed to say that they're watching and doing things in boxing actually do absolutely nothing in it other than sit on a living room, right? But like I said, they're taking too long. I'm gonna get off this wave, man. I'm gonna get off this wave, man. If it pops up, I'll get the notification. I'm gonna move on to my topic that I want to speak on. So, Jim Jones, right? Now, look, this is where everybody goes. Most of these social media guys, right? Most of y'all watching, they be right here on X. X gonna give it to you. Right? They come on X. Now they love to pull up X. And X is where a lot of these guys talk about whatever's trending, right? So these are the things that's trending. Top 10 trending things, right? These are the top 10 trending things, right? Right? Sammy Sosa, as sports entertainment. Dodgeball is trending, right? Now we go over here to entertainment, right? These are the things that are trending in entertainment. Now the reason why I'm pulling all this up and showing all of this, right? Now this is what's trending in sports, probably the NBA Finals, right? Right? Jamal Hill, England, right? This is sports, right? John Jones, right? He was called out for a UFC fight, right? Ace Bailey, right? You don't see nothing on here really about boxing. It's sports now, y'all. So, and I talked about this yesterday before I get into the gym, right? A lot of times boxing is never really trending. Unless, like I said, it's Canelo, Crawford, Spence at the time, Tank Davis. We looked at that this week, but Devin Haney was trending a little bit. Look how fast Brian Norman Jr., right? He was trending yesterday for a little bit, but he had Boots trending along with him, right? Now, the significance of me pointing this out is, right, and I did the video yesterday on Bill and Showbiz, two guys that had a little buzz accordingly to the social media, YouTube boxing, but yet the algorithm said they did not. Because if somebody is trending, right, and studies showed this, right, that's why I did the live stream yesterday on Fat Joe, right? Fat Joe was trending yesterday. And you seen when I did that live stream, the people were coming in there, right? Now, why were they coming in there? Because this guy is trending. This guy is trending. Remember, he was facing a $20 million federal lawsuit, right? $20 million federal lawsuit. Now, whenever you are trending, right, and you do a topic on something that is trending, whether it is an artist, a topic, the algorithm should automatically pick it up because it's trending. So when you do a data search, look, now I'm sounding like my daughter. I'm sounding intelligent, right? Shout out to my daughter. 93 average, honor roll, 4 quarters, right? When you do a data search, right? And if you're speaking on something that is trending, it should automatically pick up. It should pick up. Did y'all follow that right there? But this weighing is still not going on, man. That's nasty work, man. 12 o'clock it was supposed to start. It is 12:47. I hope all is well. Remember, it did get a little, look, let me pop my collar. It did get a little hot yesterday, right? A lot of times shit pops off, man. A lot of times shit pops off. It was ready to pop off yesterday at the press conference. That's why I was like, the people that's there, that's working, fight hype. Matter of fact, look, we could go over here. Are we waiting? Okay, it's starting, y'all. It's finally starting. We're gonna do the live looking. We're gonna. There goes my girl. We're gonna do the live looking, y'all. Finally, y'all, finally. CW, you should be happy now. This is a live looking.
To the Prudential Center, Hall of Fame promoter Mr. Bob Aaron's Top Rank Incorporated, in association with Rising Star Promotions,
looking now, y'all.
the official weigh-in for tomorrow.
They are 50 minutes late.
Live on ESPN.
50 minutes late. This is a live looking at the weigh-in.
Tomorrow afternoon, 4 rounds of boxing in the heavyweight division, featuring Kurt Fleming and Jamar Talley.
A live
Introducing
looking,
first to
y'all.
the stage from
Smash the
Orange,
like
Virginia.
button.
3 victories, no defeats, 2 by knockout.
Let me get my disclaimer up here. Hold on. This is the Fair Share Act. There we go. These are the big heavyweights.
204.5, 204.5 pounds.
204.5. He looks like a big construction worker,
from
right?
Camden, New Jersey. 2 victories,
He looks like
no
a
defeats,
construction
both
worker.
by knockout. Jamar Talley.
Now he's a local guy.
197.5,
197.5. They're cruiserweight
for Jamar
for Bridgewater.
Talley. It's Fleming Talley, the opening attraction tomorrow afternoon. 4 rounds of boxing
4
in
rounds.
the heavyweight division.
Four rounder right here, y'all. 4 rounder. They finally got started. Somebody was off weight, man. That's what took so long. You know, that's how that works, right?
Next weigh-in is
CW.
for the second attraction. It is opening.
It goes,
up
this
on
guy right here, you
Thursday
see this black guy with the all black
featuring
one?
Titus Ash
That is
and
the man
Rashad
right there.
Elliott. To the stage
That's
from
Larry
Baltimore,
Hazard.
Maryland. 1 victory, no defeats. From Baltimore, Maryland, Titus Ash.
All right, he's from Baltimore. Baltimore's in there thick, man. He's from Baltimore. Chuck Simpson's from Baltimore. Yeah, you see Coach Kenny Ellis. Now, you know why the significance of that is? I'm gonna point this out. Those of y'all
For
watching.
Titus Ash, his opponent.
See how these guys are
to the
eating?
stage with a record of 4 victories and no
You
defeats.
see how these
All
guys
4
are
victories
eating?
by knockout.
They're making sure their people are on the card.
Rashad Elliott.
Right? He's making his pro debut right here. He's from Jersey.
154 pounds, 154 even. For Rashad Elliott, it's Ash
You
Elliott.
see how they put this guy right here from Baltimore? He's gonna get paid. He's probably gonna get his head slayed. But did you see how Coach Kenny Ellis and Calvin got their guy in the car? Pay attention. This is educational purposes. That's the only reason why I'm using this content to show y'all the difference in motion. This guy's a crash dummy. He's gonna get crashed out tomorrow. But they brought him along to get paid. This guy right here is making his pro debut. He's gonna crash him out tomorrow. But this is a guy that's probably down there in a gym, uptown gym, giving him an opportunity to fight. Y'all catch that? Are you catching that? So there goes Calvin right there. Told you what. See the
Ladies and
difference
gentlemen, our next
between really
weigh-in is 4
putting
rounds
on
of
for your
boxing in the
people,
welterweight division, featuring Roberto Cantos and Moad Abdul Salam.
right?
Introducing first with a record of 1 victory, 3 defeats.
Y'all see the
Roberto
difference, CW?
Cantos.
CW, you catching that source? You say yes. See that though, CW? That's the difference between really networking, building, and putting on for your people. Right? They knew that they had Truck on the card. They got another
145.5, 145.5 for Roberto Cantos. And his opponent to the stage, making his professional debut tomorrow, Moad Abdul Salam.
Yeah, he's from Jersey too. Another local guy right here.
$144, even 144.
144 even.
Moad Abdul Salam.
He's making his pro debut. He's making his pro debut as well.
Ladies and gentlemen, next weigh-in is 6 rounds of boxing in the heavyweight division, featuring James Willis and Norman Neely. Introducing first to the stage with a record of 6 victories and 1 defeat.
This is the 4th bout, right? This is the 4th bout, y'all. See how fast the weigh-ins go, CW? They get them in and off that scale quick. They can appreciate that, CW. They get them on and off that scale quick, man. Quick. Quick, fast.
262 and 1/2 pounds, 262.5 for Willis.
Big Willis.
And his opponent with a record of 15 victories, 1 defeat, 10 by knockout from Patterson, New Jersey.
Patterson, New Jersey. Patterson, New Jersey, another local guy, Jersey guy.
249.5, 249.5.
Big heavyweight.
Norman Neely.
Big heavyweights. They're gonna go in there and throw some haymakers. Right? Some big boys right there.
Once again, Willis and Neely, 6 rounds.
Look, another Jersey guy on the card, right? You paying attention, CW? See all the Jersey guys? That's how they're selling the tickets. They get the local guys. Remember, I was talking about that last week. I think me, Gumbo, you, and a couple others. They stacked these cards with the local guys.
4 rounds of boxing in the women's bantamweight division, featuring Montana Wings.
They stacked the card with local talent, man. That's how you move the tickets, man. It's for educational purposes, man. This will be over in a little bit, then we're going to get to Jim Jones, y'all. We're going to get to Jim Jones. All right.
124 pounds, even 124 for Wings.
Then we're going to get to Jim Jones.
Making her professional debut tomorrow evening from Passaic, New Jersey, Sandra Ortega. £121 even, 121
even.
For Contreras. It's Queen Contreras. 4 rounds in the bantamweight division.
121 even. 121 even, y'all. 121 even. $121 even.
Ladies and gentlemen, this next weigh-in is for 4-round attraction in the light heavyweight division. Introducing first to the scale. From Roanoke, Virginia, 1 victory, no defeat.
This guy's from Virginia.
Tomlinson Jr.
This is a live look at educational purposes.
175 even for Tomlinson. And his opponent, 3 victories, no defeats from Staten Island, New York.
Staten Island, another local.
Spinning.
Right? Don't sell tickets, y'all. Pay attention. Pay attention, y'all. Right? These are local guys to help sell the tickets at the venue. Like, are y'all following that source?
£175 even as well. 175 even for ECD.
175 even, they said, right?
4 rounds like heavyweight division.
He said Norman Jr. would have been easy work for Jihad Tucker. We ain't gonna talk about that. They at 147, Jihad's at 160. Jihad's at 160. He gotta make an example out of Chuck Simpson tomorrow.
Ladies and gentlemen, this next weigh-in is 8 rounds of boxing in the junior middleweight division, featuring Damian Fernandez and Dwight Flemings Jr. To the stage from Buenos Aires, Argentina, 15 victories, 6 defeats, 5 by knockout, Damian Daniel Fernandez.
A lot of cards, right? A lot of fights on this card, man. A lot of fights on this card. This is what the local promoters do.
154 pounds even, 154 for Fernandez. And his opponent to the scale. 10 victories, no defeats, 9 by knockout from Patterson, New Jersey.
Patterson, New Jersey. You got another local Jersey guy.
154 pounds even.
This is how they sell the tickets. Y'all learning something? Y'all learning something? Appreciate that, CW. Look, the people are in here right now, CW. It was about 6 people in here, man. I gotta get to my topic, Jim Jones, man. The boxer is gonna run them off. The boxer is gonna run them off, man. Because majority of the boxing fans, they're in the bushes. Man. This is a live looking at the weigh-in.
Dwight Flemings Jr. This next weigh-in is 8 rounds of boxing in the junior welterweight division, featuring Elias.
You see, do you see the difference? Look, this is what, about 10 bouts already, right? How many bouts have this been? 8, 9 bouts?
9 by knockout from Santa Fe, Argentina, Elias Arrojo.
Rising Star Promotions, a sponsorship by Fightbook. What is that? Mike's Hard Iced Tea, right? Right? Hard Iced Tea, Twisted Hard Iced Tea. Those are the sponsors. Big fight card, man. Big Jersey-based fight card right here.
£142, 142 for Elias Arrojo. And his opponent stepping to the scale, 29 victories, no defeats, 23 of his victories.
29 victories.
From Yuba City, La Quinta, California, Brandon Lee.
Man, Brandon Lee. Brandon Lee is on a PBC special.
143 pounds even,
Yo, respectful. They don't never give Brandon Lee no real opponents, man. He's 29-0, man. 29-0. $29-0, man. Look at this guy he's fighting, man.
8 rounds of boxing, Arrojo, Brandon Lee, Jr. welterweight.
Yeah, y'all see this guy he's fighting, man? 29-0, man. 29-0, man. $29 fights. Look, see what somebody said in the chat? See, it be some woke fan. He said he's 29 fights, but fighting in 8 rounds. It's bad.
10 rounds of boxing in the heavyweight division, featuring Marcin Siwi and Damian Kaniba. Introducing first to the scale, from Częstochowa, Poland, 25 victories, no defeats, 12 by knockout, Marcin Siwi.
Miller Lite is a sponsor. You see the sponsors right here? This is the main card right here now, y'all. This is the main boys right here.
£244 even.
244
even for Siwi. His opponent. From Warsaw, Poland, 15 victories, no defeats, 9 by knockout, Damian Kaniba.
He's from Long Island, y'all. You see when my daughter, Coach Me, interviewed him? He's from Long Island.
254.5, 254.5 for Kanita.
He's from around the way, y'all. Big heavyweight. Nassau guy. Nassau guy right there. He's probably going to steamroll this dude. Look.
It's an all-Coleman battle tomorrow evening, the heavyweights.
See how big he is over him? And my man got on his sneakers already. Boy right here don't got on nothing. Nothing. Yeah. They grooming him, they moving him. He gonna put my man to sleep tomorrow, man. All right, here comes Jihad and what's the name? Here comes Jihad and what's the name? Let's see the tension, y'all.
Featuring Lorenzo, Truck Simpson, and Jihad Tucker.
Let's see the tension. Watch Larry Hazard let them know. Y'all get stupid, you niggas is gonna get fined. Y'all ain't gonna get no money. Okay, Truck got on the dark glasses. Let's see how he's looking on the scales. Remember, he fights at 168, man. $159
for Lorenzo Truck Simpson. And his opponent from Deer Park, New York, 14 victories, 1 defeat, 7 by knockout, the two-tack general, Jihad Tucker. £160 even, 160 even.
160
in
even.
Contracted weight of 160 pounds. Once again, guys, your co-main event of the evening, Lorenzo Truck Simpson, the two-tack general, Jihad Tucker.
This is where it's gonna get spicy at, y'all.
Okay. I know I'm not wrong in saying that this co-main event right here is the fight that everybody is excited to see. Streaming live on ESPN Plus. I am sick.
Told you Larry Hazard was gonna get in there, right?
Appreciate you, Larry. All right, Truck. I mean, I don't mind the back and forth. It's selling tickets, right? I understand. Is it personal for y'all? Like, where did this beef come from?
Yeah, I mean, it ain't beef because where I'm from, something would have happened. But it's competitiveness. He a good fighter. I'm a great fighter. It just competitive spirit.
What's on the line for you tomorrow night in this, your coach Calvin called this a crossroads fight for you. Do you feel that
Yes,
way?
it is a crossroads fight.
We old school fighters. It's about respect. It ain't about
It is a crossroad fight.
Both young.
Just know when Jihad steps on him, right? That's Tank Davis's team. I want y'all to know
We're
that.
excited to see you guys fight.
Those of y'all that's in here watching.
All right, Jihad, bring it on over here real quick. Hey, Jihad, how are you? All right, you made weight. First battle out the way. Second battle, obviously, against Truck tomorrow night. You guys have been very boisterous this whole promotion before contract were even signed. Was he somebody that you had on your radar for some time?
Oh, I got everybody on my radar, man. You feel me? It's what it is. Tomorrow it's just him. He got to go.
A lot of people said this is a good fight. Yesterday at the press conference, you said, nah, it's not going to be a good fight. It's going to be a massacre. What makes you say that?
Man, I stand on that, man. I can show you better than I can tell you. It's a massacre. It's cooked. That's it.
All right, anything you'd like to say to your fans why they should come out and buy tickets? Few tickets still left.
Yo, make sure y'all tune in. Make sure y'all come buy tickets. Y'all don't want to miss what I do to this guy.
All right, see you tomorrow. Thanks, Shahai. All right, main event coming up next.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's join us for the
that's gonna be the fight, though, man.
10 rounds of boxing.
Yo,
for the
that's gonna be the
WBO
fight
Global,
right there, man.
WBC US, USBA.
Yeah, that's gonna be the fight, man. Yeah, that is the fight tomorrow, man. All right, that was the live looking at the weigh-in. So maybe people knew something, right? Because Jahad came in at 160 even. So what that leads me to believe is maybe he might have been a little over. I don't know. I seen the comments. But they both officially made weight. Nothing happened as far as unprofessionalism, pushing and shoving. So we have a fight. The fight is official for tomorrow night. It's up, man. But let's get over here now to the main. Let's shift the conversation, man. That concludes the boxing. Look, an hour. It took a whole hour. I was only hoping to be on this for a half hour, right? But Jim Jones, right? The Jimster, right? They say you heard him like one of the Ellaby. Yeah, they gonna fight, man. They sleeping. Look, Team Simpson is sleeping on Jihad, right? That's why I can't wait for Jihad to really smoke this dude. Cause I'm gonna be so unfiltered on Sunday, right? I'm gonna be so unfiltered on Sunday. Yo, when Jihad washes this nigga, just watch. I got a lot to talk about. I just ain't really been talking about it. But let me get over here to Jim Jones and Nas, man. Let's get over here to Jim Jones and Nas, man. So, Fat Joe interview with Jadakiss. This guy, Jim, man, I don't know, man. He really look when you pull it up. Look at everything that comes up. Hold on, see, this is what I'm trying to tell you about real algorithm, right? Real algorithm searches and things that's really trending and being spoken about on social media that's viral, right? Look how all of these just came up. Look how all these just came up, right? Look how all this just came up, right? All of this just came up. Delusional. All of this just comes up. Look, even my shit came up. Look, see that? See the difference? Look, whoever's in here, pay attention to this, right? Look, even my thumbnail title came up, right? See? You see the difference? And this is why I tell you, boxing, all these dudes that sit online talking boxing, that click out and group out and send out links like, yo, I'm going on live, jump on my live. It's all smoke and mirror. These niggas are not viral, nor are they really relevant. Now look, that's what I typed in. And look, even my live stream pulled up. Shout out to Troy Ozzy, Dawning, the Source Man right there. I don't need that up there no more. I'll leave the fair share up there. But look, Jim Jones embarrasses himself after Nas comparison. Right? Yo, he did, man. And I hit my homegirl up. Because, yo, my homegirl loves Nas. That's my cousin. She's always talking about him, right? And she likes Jim Jones too, right? So I asked her, right? I was trying to get her to call in to come on the show. And I was like, yo, do you think Jim can fuck with Nas? Right? I was like, yo, Jim is a popular dude at NY. I was like, but he kind of bumped his head, right? Now, CW, if you're still in here, what do you think, CW? Right? Nas has a catalog, right? Watch. I'm about to pull some stuff up, y'all. Look, the hate is real. Everybody hitting the phone up. I'm gonna pull some stuff up, right? Got it. I'm gonna pull some stuff up real quick. All right, let's go over here. Watch this. I mean, this is what Jim did, yeah. Now this is just a simple search. Look, I'm gonna close out of this real quick. I'll come back over here. All right? Nah, okay. Just hold on, CW. Hold on. Stay tight, right? We're gonna look. I still got another hour. I want to stay for another hour, but I just wanted to show something real quick, right? This is all Nas. Nas has 19 albums, right? 19 albums. I'm not gonna even show all 19. Right? 19 albums. You see this right here? I don't know if Jim has that many, man. Right? But we'll take we'll do 10. We'll do the 10. Yeah. I'm trying to be easy, man. Look, I'm trying to be easy, man. I'm trying to just I don't even know why Jim even attempted that shit, man. Right? Look, man. These are old. Yo. I get why he said it, right? I get why he said it. Look, this is I get why he said it, man, but I get why he said it, man, but you know, in all fairness, man, there's really no comparison, man. Right? Now look, these are the fans. All of Nas's albums ranked by the fans, right? Number 1 is Illmatic, right? These are some of the records on this, right? Genesis, New York State of Mind, Life's a Bitch and Then You Die, The World Is Yours, Halftime, Memory Lane, One Love, One Time for Your Mind, Represent, It Ain't Hard to Tell. That's the number 1 album, they said. Number 2, It Was Written. The Message, Street Dreams, I Gave You Power, Watch Them Niggas, Taking in Blood, Nas Is Coming, Affirmative Action, The Setup, Black Girl Lost, Suspect, Shoutouts, Live Nigga Rap, I Rule the World. So that's 24 songs right there, right? Then they have Stillmatic, right? The intro Stillmatic. I was spitting that earlier when picking up Messiah. Ether, maybe one of the hardest diss tracks. That's the Jay-Z one. Got Yourself a Gun, Smoking, You the Man, Rewind, One Mic, Second Childhood, The Destroy and Build, right? Brave Hearts, Rule, My Country, What Goes Around. So 24 tracks, add another 14, right? What are we looking at, y'all? 38 tracks, right? These are his top 3 albums, right? 4 King Disease. So out of 38 tracks, we're just gonna go there. I named a lot of bangers, right? Yeah, out of those 38, right? That was voted by the fans right there, right? We're being fair here. We are being fair, right? All these pop-ups. All of these pop-ups, man. That was 38 tracks right there, right? Out of those 38, I named some mega classics, right? Mega classics, man. Out of those 38 right there, right? Out of those 38, I named some mega classics, right? It's Ether. Look, CW said his favorite is Ether. Ether was in that list, right? Yo, Jim Jones sat on the couch, right? Yo, I always show 38, according to the fans. That was the top 3 albums, 38 tracks. Yo, Jim Jones sat on a couch with 2 guys in the hip hop game, Fat Joe. Yo, Fat Joe and Jadakiss, and with a straight face. Yo, look, a straight face like me right now, right? Said that his catalog basically, yo, it's better than Nas, man. I like Jim. Like I said, Jim, let's give Jim his rundown now, right? I'm gonna be fair with this, man. I'm gonna be so fair. I'm not even gonna hate, man. Look. I'm gonna show y'all. I want y'all to see this, right? Yo, Jim Jones, Ballin', that's all. Yeah, Ballin', repping time. He got a couple CW. Look, we're not gonna do him like that. CW, we're not gonna do him like that. You know, we're having fun with the content. Look, we're not gonna throw him under the bus like that. Watch. Pay attention, CW. Look, this is for all the people that, you know, the jealous fans that talk about content and putting out content. I'm fronting on them now, right? How's the content looking now, right? And look, I'm sounding like CEO Messiah. Look, Jim Jones' song was sort by popularity, release date, and more. Top songs by Jim Jones ordered by popularity on Spotify. Right? Now, the reason why I'm using this is, y'all see that? Y'all see that, right? Because when Jim Jones sat on that couch with what's his name, that's basically what he was saying. Popularity, billboards, yada, 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 right? So we're going to go over here. Now, I showed 38 of Nas's songs. Just 38. Right? Right? There, this is your joint right here. Look. CW said this right here. This is it. We Fly High, Ballin'. That is number 1. Right? We set the trends. High record with the Migos. Ballin' Again, the remix, right? We set the trends. Look, damn, it's a lot of the same songs. State of Union. These are his popular songs. Ballin' Again. Jomo, recent song. Cinema. This shit's still in Harlem. Summer with Miami, a banger. That's with Trey Songz. No Love. What's going on? Back in My Bag. Pop Champagne. Certified Gangsters. Hard Record. Remember that one? Bet It All. Make It Out. Swerve. Deep End. Dope Boy. Hoodie Season. Don Julio. Let It Go. Lose Lose. Laps Around the Sun. Harlem. Good record, right? Walking on Business. Big Flexin'. End of Summer. We Fly High Again. Back in the Day. Christmas in the Ghetto. Aunt Viola. Godspeed, right? Crystal Occasion, right? That's 38 right there, y'all. Did y'all catch this sauce, man? Right? Did y'all catch this sauce, man? I'm cooking for y'all, man. Those were 38 of what the people deemed to be the most popular Jim Jones songs on Spotify. Basically, what he was trying to tell us, go on Billboard, this, that, and third. Out of those 38 tracks, I'm going to name 10 Nas songs. Just 10 from that list, in no particular order, that will slaughter all 38. Did you hear what I said? And I'm not even going to pull Nas's, and I just picked off the 3 albums that the Fanz said were his top 3 albums, right? Stillmatic intro. Hold on. Let's do this the right way, y'all. Let's do this the right way, right? Stillmatic intro. That's 1. Right? That's 1. Stillmatic intro. Represent. That is 2, right? CW said Ether. That's 3, right? If I Ruled the World. That's 4, right? That's 4 bangers right there, right? Now, if I do the list like Jim Jones does, how many times do we see Balling up there, right? Pay attention to the content today, man. Pay attention to the content, man. We having some fun, man. We are having some fun. Pay attention to the content, man. Right? Pay attention to the content, man. Right? We having some fun. Right? And look, there was a song on there that I didn't even. There was a monster record on there that I didn't even put out or talk about. Remember, Hate Me Now? That's 5. Hate Me Now. When that record dropped with Diddy, remember that record? Hate Me Now. That's 5, right? All I need is 1 mic. That's 6, right? Right? I Gave You Power, right? I Gave You Power, that's 7, right? New York State of Mind, Part 1, right? That's 8. New York State of Mind, Part 2, that's 9, right? And then I'm gonna stop it with 10. Life is a bitch, and then you die. That's why we get high, right? That's 10. 10 right there, right? 10 songs by Nas. Pay attention to this, y'all. The Jim Jones I just showed 38 tracks from Jim, right? 38 from Jim, right? According to the popularity of the fans, Spotify and all that. Those 10 tracks that I just named, Stillmatic, Represent, Ether, If I Rule the World, Hate Me Now, One Mic, I Gave You Power, New York State of Mind, Part 1, New York State of Mind, Part 2, and Life is a Bitch. It's only 10 out of the 38 that I could have chose from. That shit puts Jim Jones' entire catalog to shame. Now, there's 5 people in here. Somebody debated, man. Somebody debated. CW did not say, look, the whole time I was doing the boxing shit, there was nobody really in here, man. Nobody was in here, CW. That's why I keep telling you, there was nobody in here. The whole time I did a live looking at a fight that's probably going to be fire tomorrow night. Nobody was in here checking for that shit. Look at it now, man. And look, that's not even my favorites, right? You also have Looking Out My Project Window. Remember that song with Nas and Rolling Isaac? Fire, right? You also have Nas and Cool G Rap. Remember that song? Right? Like, come on, man. Jim, man. Somebody was supposed to be like, yo, I'm a fan. But yeah, I get it, man. They giving him some rhythm. It's getting him in the argue rhythm. They got us talking about. But somebody was supposed to be like, yo, fan. Yo, what are you doing? Did you see the thumbnails when I Google searched it? People were saying he embarrassed himself saying that. Yo, that was crazy work. Yo, that was like, bro, come on, man. The live I did earlier when I picked up Nasaya and got us some food, right? I think Malik was spot on what he said. So was Gumbo. Gumbo said, yo, listen, man. Jay-Z and Nas went at it. CW said Ether was one of his. That's 2 legend icons. Does he even have a record that even could compete with an Ether diss track like that, right? And he's been putting out diss records on Cam, all these guys. Does he have anything? And Jay-Z's the man too, right? But did Nas destroy him or not with Ether, man? Come on, we talking. It's okay to comment, man. Y'all are over here now, man. We're not even talking boxing, man. I'm not gonna talk boxing really until Sunday. So y'all are safe. Y'all are safe. I'm done with the boxing, man. I talked about boxing earlier. I'll probably, you know how I give it up. I'm gonna clip that and edit that to Timothy Bradley saying that the boy's he needs to be drug tested. I'm gonna clip that. I'll put that out. Matter of fact, I can't do it right now because I'm on live. If I wasn't on live, I would do it right now. But this was about Jim Jones, man. One thing I can honestly say about Jim, and I want y'all to catch this vibe, he knows how to get in the argue with him, right? Now he kind of died down. Didn't he die down? Because remember he jumped out there, him and Cam, it was beefing. He kind of lost his buzz a little bit. But look, he's done it again. Now this whole Nas shit, sitting on Fat Joe's couch, got him back out there. Right or wrong, man? Right or wrong? Now I know a lot of the boxing guys ain't gonna understand this, because you listen to, like I said, fake influencers, fake jealous content creators who, like my daughter says, right? Shout out to her. I just picked her up, man. Remember what my daughter said? She was a baby here, but look, she was a young genius here. Look, she's been killing the game forever. Look.
Oh my gosh, he's sweating. Down, Narina. Down, Narina. I'm taking a video. You want to be famous? Run down.
Carry the game or what? You see? Did you catch that song? She said you want to be famous, man. That's how these fake influencers are, man. They want to be famous, man. Yeah, these niggas want to be famous, right? But yeah, CW are spot on. He said Jim Jones like T.O. Lopez. He just says whatever. Jim is smart, man. Jim knows how to get in the algorithm. That shit right there got him in the algorithm. He said that and I'm gonna let it play. My guy is DMX and Tupac, New York stand-up. Yes, rest in peace to both of those guys. X and but let's not lose sight of what Jim said. I'm gonna play what he said now. I'm gonna close on some of these. I'm gonna get to what Jim said, man. Jim bumped his head respectfully, man. I had to let it be known, man. Nasir Jones is a family member. I was like, yo, you couldn't have said that on my watch. That's why I would never have a commercial podcast like that. Because I would have been like, fam, they would have had to edit it, right? Yeah, right. Look, I'm gonna show you. You gonna watch this. I would have laughed right in his face, man.
Jones debates Nas' unmatched legacy.
I would have, respectful. I would have laughed in this nigga's face, man.
In hip-hop, Jim Jones debates Nas' unmatched legacy with defiant pride and statistics.
The news by Shanewz. So yeah, we switching it up with the content, right? Hip-hop a little bit, man. So I see, shout out to Jadakiss and Fat Joe, they got a podcast. They had Jim Jones on. Jim Jones was speaking on God's son. Shout out to the Jones, yes. Jones gang. Nasir Jones. And catalogs and hits and all of that. I think Jim, shout out to you, Jim. You're Jones. We're not related though. You have a lot of hits. You're not lying. You do have bangers and albums. And yo, I'm stopping it, right? I just showed his hits, man, right? Y'all catching that? I showed his hits. CW. See? How's the content looking now? I showed Jim's hits. 38 of them, according to the popularity. These are the things that he's going to say. Pay attention to the content now. We're killing the game, man. Switching it up. We're not talking boxing because a lot of these guys getting their feelings with boxing and can't even fight. Can't even fight. Don't even know nothing about fighting. Platinum songs and singles and all of that. But I think you're missing the point because you're still caught up in trying to be relevant, which is cool. That's what you're into. But you can't touch Nas's catalog. Right? And I'm not just saying that because, we're both Joneses. We're all Joneses. But you cannot touch Nas's catalog, my God. You have some good songs. Maybe Max B, rest in peace to Late Stack Bundles, they helped you out. But when we're talking about classics, you can't touch God's son. But feel free, let me know what y'all think, man. This is all opinion based, right? Because I know a lot of times the boxing shit that I talk about makes a lot of these old dry haters mad. So maybe I'll switch up to hip hop. But just know my hands really work too, though. Yeah, they dudes be throwing subliminal shots. Like I said, Sunday, I'm not throwing no subliminals, man. When I talk my boxing, I'm like I said, the best thing that can happen for them is that, when Jihad wins, right? Saturday night, what I come on to talk about on Sunday, it's going to be unfiltered, raw, uncut. Because I just feel like a lot of people, like you see how I posed that video right there before I go to the gym? I stand on. I just feel like a lot of people with this boxing are exposed, jealous fans, haters, miserable fucks with no motion. And they've been jealous crabs for so long. Of content. And they're supposed to be fans. That's why I said I'm been switching it up. Like I don't have to sit online and talk boxing all day. I don't have to anymore. Never had to. I can actually do it. And I've been doing it at a high frequency. right? I've been a part of a fighter getting signed. I've been part of 16, 15, however many professional fight camps, covering fights on the front line, right? Doing front line media work. A lot of shit that you niggas sit online and want to, downplay or try to act like you was ignoring. No, that shit is, you can't ignore stats. It's just like what I just said about cousin Nas Jones' classic song. What are we debating here?
Hopefully you caught that sauce.
My son can't tell you one Nas record. You heard? Like, let's.
Nigga, front. Did you just hit like right there? Right there, they was just supposed to just, man, they was supposed to be like, yo, man, stop it. They were supposed to be like, stop it. He said his son can't tell him one Nas record, right? That right there was crazy, but maybe he can't, like I said. And look, I'm not even going to disrespect Jim, but Jim, you're still rapping, right? You're still rapping. I think Pootie is up there in age, so maybe that wasn't his era. But if you're rapping still, he can't tell you one Nas song. I think he can, because you're still rapping. Hopefully y'all caught that sauce, right? Did y'all catch that? And that wasn't even a diss. That was just like, come on, bro, you're wild.
Let's keep it a buck here.
Yeah, but
let's keep it a buck. You heard? Let's keep it a buck, because you'll bring it up. There must be some type of misconception. A lot of these rappers have done a tremendous job, and I take nothing away from them. But they forget I got a hell of a catalog. Me, Jim Jones, myself, gold records, platinum records, gold albums, platinum albums. Me, Jim Jones.
Yeah, stop it again. You're right. That's why I just showed that. Didn't I show that? Whoever's in here, right? Did y'all see me show that? I showed his records. According to Spotify, what he's going to talk about. I showed 38 of the most popular joints that he has. Did y'all see that? I showed that. Right? I showed that. Right? The most popular. 38, right? So this is just me educating and breaking down my content for y'all, man.
No diplomats, no nobody else. Me, Jim Jones, check my track record, then check everybody else's track record. Then go to the billboards and check all my entries, then check all them niggas' entries and shit like that. And I'm not taking nothing away from nobody, but I hear the comparisons and the niggas be trying to act funny when it comes. No, I've been spanking a lot of this shit. I'm talking about the industry. I've been putting on. So let's not get into that where we get into numbers and I gotta show you the statistics of what I've done. You heard to what other people was done. You heard them. You want to go to the billboard entries, pull up Nas billboard entries, then pull up my billboard entries.
Listen, we can't compare the two. What I'm trying to tell you is
I want to.
Now see, Fat Joe was supposed to just be like, yo, fam, stop, man. Stop. But I get it, man. They trying to do views and, I get it, man. I understand now. I understand that side of the game. That's what that was about. Like I said, this now is the topic. People are talking about this. Content is coming out on this. That's why they let him just bump his head like that. That's what he did. He bumped his head, y'all.
Go there. Hold on. No, I want to go down the line now, because now we going down the line. He's a rapper and I'm a rapper.
Listen,
no. Let's go statistically.
It feels great.
No, but I want to go statistically because when people be like,
I feel the same way. We all feel the same way.
Forget about the numbers. My numbers back up nothing. There's never is me. Putting me up against anybody. I'm taking me every time. Every time.
Okay, but let me say something though, Jim.
Man, Jim is crazy, man. How is the content looking now, y'all? Huh? How's the content looking now, y'all?
Keep pushing. Every punch brings you closer to victory.
How's the content looking now, man?
Explore artists' catalogs. What's your take on music greatness?
In hip-hop,
Yes, that's how you do it, man. That's how you do it, man. This is the Source, man. Source experience, y'all. You know, Source experience, man. Source experience, man. Yes, I can't wait either, CW. Sunday, I'm gonna talk my shit, man. Yo, don't let Jihad mop the floor with this Truck Simpson guy. If Jihad mops the floor with this guy, and just know my history with Team Tucker and the things that I was involved in doing for Jihad and helping Jihad become, he mops the floor with this guy. You already know what type of time I'm gonna be on, the type of shit I'm gonna be talking. But merchandise is available. You know, CMOS, management consulting. We're growing, man. Young fighters get with me. I told y'all, look, y'all waited. It's 15% now, man. I am no longer 10%. You're trying to hire my professional goods and services. I am now at 15%. I told y'all to lock in, and I was 10%. But as you grow, right? I get it though. Y'all was with this, the Matrix, and consumed with the Jealous Fan Zone and content. Now my fee is 15%. It's no longer 10. When they fucking around gonna wait, I'm gonna discover and get more $1 million fighters, and definitely won't be able to afford my services, man. He says, Jim Jones, did you take your medication? Yeah, man. He was bugging, bro. But he wasn't, but he's smart. Look, yo, CW. And I'm gonna say this respectfully to Jim, right? When you sell out and you sell your soul, you can do that type of shit. And it gets you in the algorithm. You can crash out, or you can say some shit that's gonna give you a viral moment. That's how the industry is, man. But when you're not a part of it like that, and you do controversial stuff, it's just controversial. Nobody will pick it up. But it's just like you said with Tiafimo, right? Certain people could say whatever, and it'll get them notoriety, right? If that makes any sense, man. If that makes any sense. How is the content looking now, man? Hour and a half. Look, I gave you an hour and a half, man. But I can't wait till these fights now, man. They had like 12 bouts on that card, man. They had like 12. Yo, and how many of those, like, the two top ranked, well, it's 3 top ranked fighters on that card. You had Jihad, and I think this is Jihad's last fight with top rank. You had Jihad, you have Vito, and the big heavyweight. Those 3 guys were the last. A lot of those other guys, they're like top rank affiliated fighters, right? But tomorrow's up. A lot of tickets still available. You know why a lot of tickets are still available? It's not because of the fighters, it's because of the fight audience. How many of these guys that sit on social media that you think are popping as boxing influencers really aren't popping, man? But hey, what do I know, man? Goods and services, man. Mr. 15%, man. CW, like always, thank you. Thank you for everybody that was in here, that supported the content. We are out. Look, I got it under 12. I thought it was gonna take me 2 hours. But a minute, an hour, and 34 seconds. What I'm going to do is I'm going to edit something real quick. I want to put out the that Timothy Bradley, right? Yeah, you know how this game plays, man. These guys are now gonna do live streams. You know how they do. They're gonna get on their phone. They're gonna send out a group text. I'm like, yo, we're gonna talk about Timothy Bradley, saying that Brian Norman Jr. might have been on drugs when he was on PEDs. Meanwhile, Bradley dropped that 17 hours ago. Nobody wanted to talk about it because they were so caught up on the dumb narrative that doesn't make sense. Oh, pick up your boots and run. Hey, what do I know? How's the content looking, man? CW, how we looking, brother? CW, how we looking, my guy? Let me know, brother. How we looking, good brother? Let me know, my good brother. Man, how's the content looking, man? You know? But this is the Sauce experience, man. Yeah, I was watching something else too. They were saying that Fat Joe and them's the Fat Joe shit with the $20 million lawsuit. They said that might be a play to, get him popping. But why? Why? Y'all like my tattoo? Look at my tat. That's my tat. The African continent. All my kids. You can't really see. Shout out to my God, Murder. The different branches of my kids. And you see the roots right here? The roots is the last name. Jones. Team Jones. Y'all see that? Look. The roots is my last name. And then the tree comes up. All of my kids and the branches of the trees, man. Hopefully y'all caught that sauce, man. If you're gonna attach yourself up, man, make sure you attach mean things, man. A lot of people be having tats just to have tats with no meanings, right? I'm a real warrior gladiator. Your tats, pop my collar for saying that. Your tats should represent something. Like right here. This is the matriarch. That's my mother with my tags. See my tags? Those my tags right here. My mother's praying hands. My praying hands. And that is my angel that overlooks me. So your tats should mean things. Ooh. Yeah, we gonna close it out on that, man. So I catch that look. I'm only tatted on this side, man. You niggas be marking yourself up, right? Niggas be marking themselves up with no, you don't have no stats, man. Have your stats, man. Sauce experience. Big arms, man. You know how my arms got big like this? Big shovels on the hot box for years. See that right there? Look. You see that right there? Look. How quick was that, CW, for this big arm? Look. This big arm will extend like this. Look. Cobra strike, look. Cobra strike, right? That's how a cobra strike look. That's what I call my shit, look. And that's not even my power hand, look. A cobra does that, right? A cobra be like this. Okay? A cobra, look. A cobra do all of this, right? And then when it goes to strike, look. Watch the cobra strike. Watch the quickness, look. But this is the Sauce experience, man. The news or Shanewz. You do have options.
Yes, this is Sauce Talk, Showtime Shanewz Midi. Say I got the man himself, Mr. Sugar Hill. First off, champ, thank you for your time. This man needs a little introduction.
Sugar Hill on Sauce Talk.
That's right.
One day you'll get your palate used to that raw fish. Gotcha. Who's that? What else you got for me?
What's your favorite place to go?
Favorite place to go is the beach. I love the beach, yo. Anywhere there's a beach nearby, I love to go there, relax, walk along the beach.
Hey, this is Coach Larry Wade, IBL Champions. Hey, I train professional boxers, and you with Sauce Talk Podcast. You don't want to miss anything that he puts on here.
Appreciate you, champ. You know the vibe.
This is your boy Jamel Superfire Herring, and I'm with the best in the world, the best from Long Island, the Sauce Talk Podcast. Hey, we doing big things. Shout out to everybody out there in LI as well. Superfire, salute.
Yes, you know the vibes.
Hey guys, this is Tiana Tumo-Kailua. I'm a top-ranked knockout, and I want to give a shout out to Sauce Talk Podcast.
Thank you. You know the vibes.